All right. Quick check. Right. Quick check. And we're good. How you doing, everybody? Huh? Another week of football is upon us. It's crazy how fast the season goes once it really gets going. We're already week 5. And before you know it, I say this every year, it'll be week 9. And then before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving. And then before you know it, it'll be Christmas. And then New Year's. And then playoffs. And then Super Bowl. And then that's it. Off season. And then the whole off season cycle starts all over again. But let's not rush things, okay? We're just getting started. Week 5 picks. You already know what time it is. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Starting with Thursday night football. Just a reminder, these picks are for the Stephen Rose and Steel Sermon tournaments. So, if they're watching, was good. If not, was good. It was good. But anyways, we get the 1-2-1 Colts traveling to Mile High to face Mr. Unlimited and the Russell Wilsons. Mr. Unlimited, Russell Wilson, and the Denver Broncos, who are 2-2. And I'll tell you one thing. I never thought I'd say this, but I can't believe our offense is better than theirs. Like, it's crazy. Like, the Broncos' offense freaking sucks. There was a period in time where they did not score in the red zone. With Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, Big O, I don't know how to say that dude's last name. I'm not even going to try. Albert O, whatever. I was going to say Noah Fant, but they traded him away for Russell Wilson. Courtland Sutton, all those other weapons they have. They had Javonte Williams. He's out for the year with an ACL. Freaking sucks. And they can't score. They couldn't score a touchdown in the red zone. And they're 2-2. They literally won, what was it? Not this past week, the week prior, week 3, I believe, against the Niners. Yeah. They won by a score of 11-10. There was only one other game that had that final score ever. And it was all the way back in 2008. Steelers and Chargers. Wow. Now you look at 506, the Bovada line. It's 3.5 favoring the Broncos. No surprise. It's at home Thursday night. And the Colts are just not very good this year. At least right now. They've been notorious for getting off the slow starts. I mean, heck, wasn't it a couple of years ago they got off to a slow start, went on a torrential pace, made the playoffs? I mean, Matt Ryan's all right, but he might be kind of cooked, my friends. I mean, he's not the worst option at quarterback. But, I mean, when you look at the other options that were out there, yeah, I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot of options. They could have maybe, done something else. But Matt Ryan's all right. He beat the Chiefs because it seems like that's all the Colts can really do is beat the Chiefs because they've been doing that for a while. Every time, the Chiefs face the Colts, mostly the Colts beat them for the most part. But Denver at home, yeah, I got to go Denver. And, of course, Thursday Night Football on Amazon. It'll be on the streaming service unless you live in Indy or Denver, where the game will be on local TV. In Indianapolis, it'll be on WRTV ABC 6. And in Denver, it'll be on KMGH ABC 7. That way you can watch the game on your local television station instead of, finding it on a streaming service. And man, is this game going to keep up the strong, Thursday night football slate? Because so far, mostly every Thursday night game has been interesting. Even the boring game a couple weeks ago, Browns Steelers, turned out to be interesting. I mean, yeah, that the banner night wasn't really that interesting. I mean, the Bills freaking stomped on the freaking Rams in their own house. My God. But after that, every other game has been good. Is that going to continue this week? I mean, you'd think it would. That'd be cool. I'm going to go Denver by about a touchdown. Yeah. Give me Denver. All right, moving on. As for the second week in a row, we get another London game. And I believe this is the first time ever we get two winning teams facing off in London. As the 3-1 Giants, who knows what they're going to have at quarterback, are in London facing the 3-1 Packers, who barely beat Bailey Zappi / Brian Hoyer and the New England Patriots. Oh boy. This should honestly be a dandy. I mean, the Giants are playing really well. It's really good. It makes me happy personally seeing another team finally get it. Finally, just get the idea of, hey, you know what? Let's hire a competent coaching staff. See what it does? You start playing well, when you get guys who know what they're doing. Trust me, I know that, Giants fans. I mean, you got a guy in Brian Daboll, who us Browns fans know pretty well. He was all right as our OC a while back. Yes, he was our OC once upon a time. He was pretty good with us. You brought in a GM who knows what he's doing from Buffalo. Good stuff. And of course, your DC is a guy that we also know very well, Wink Martindale, who was with the Ravens. Notoriously very aggressive. And your defense is looking good. Once Kayvon and Aziz get their things going, they're going to be a menace. That defense is going to be a menace to the NFC East. Of course, that also just so happens to, that you guys are also good at the same time as the Eagles. And I cannot wait for that matchup. Eagles and Giants. Oh, boy. That's going to be a good one. That's really going to be a good one. The Eagles are playing on a whole nother level. But betting line for this game, according to Bovada, is 9.5 for the Packers. Mainly because who's the Giants QB going to be? Is it going to be Daniel Jones? Most likely it won't be Tyrod. And if neither of them can go, who's it going to be? Is it going to be like a guy that's on the street? You'd have to think it would be Daniel Jones, right? I mean, if it is, I like their chances. I mean, I'm going to say Packers win this game, but the Giants are going to give them fits, especially if Kayvon and Aziz can get after Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the Packers don't really have that menacing of a receiving core. I mean, I'm not hating on Dobbs or whatever, Dobbs, whatever, and Watson. I'm not hating on them. It's just they're not menacing like they used to be with Devontae and company, But I'm still going to go Packers because you can never doubt Aaron Rodgers. You just can't. But yeah, give me the Pack to go into London and get that dub. And I know they're going to have a good plane ride home. All right, moving on to the 1 o'clock slate of games. By the way, if you're wondering where that London game is at, it's at Hotspur Stadium in Tottenham, the new stadium that they built a couple years ago. I believe this is like the second full season of London games there. I'm pretty sure, second or third. I can't remember if it was a pre-pandemic build or what, but yeah, still a beautiful stadium though, regardless. But yeah, I'm going Packers over the Giants, and then we get ourselves a not so dandy 1-3 Steelers with Kenny Pickett. Yes, Kenny Pickett is the man now, not Mitch Trubisky. Going up against Josh Allen and the Bills. And believe it or not, guys, this is the first time ever since when was the Steelers established? Hold up. I gotta see this real quick. Hang on. (1933). This is the first time in, well, a very long time. Hang on. I gotta confirm my math here. All right? Gotta make sure I'm right. 89 years. First time in over 89 years that the Steelers are 14-point underdogs. They've never been dogs by more than that, by that many points. Since 1933. Like, what? I saw that tweet and I was like, huh? No way. Really? That's fake. Damn. That's crazy. That's 2 touchdowns, man. Damn. That's tough, man. That's tragic. Why doesn't Barry focus on DT like getting smacked every time? What's up, J-Dub? I'll be getting to your team in a minute here, buddy. But yeah, Bills at home against Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. The Steelers did beat them last year, but that was with the withered husk of Big Ben and a semi-competent offense. You're not beating the Bills this week. Sorry, it's not happening. Give me Buffalo. And by the way, the commentators for this game, as well as the game, it'll be Kugler and Mark Sanchez in London. And then for this game, it'll be Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Not often they do an early game like that. Usually you'd see them like, maybe later on. But they got Nantz and Romo doing Buffalo, Pittsburgh. I wonder if they told them that, Kenny Pickett's starting. I'm sure it's gonna be a good game. I like the Steelers' chances better with Pickett than Trubisky, to be honest. If it was Trubisky, they would have gotten slaughtered. But the Bills have a makeshift secondary right now. They're kind of battered and beaten. I guess if there's a chance for the Steelers, there'd be now. But Bills are going to win this game, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. Give me the Bills. And we'll see what happens. All right, moving on to my team. 2-2 Browns host the 2-2 Chargers. Speaking of teams that are battered and beaten, we're kind of the same thing here, Chargers fans. We're kind of both battered and beaten right now. We both got injuries all over the place. Myles Garrett and Clowney, we'll see if they play this week. I think Clowney's more likely to play. I don't know about Garrett. I think Garrett will play because it's a game and he doesn't have to really travel. But I don't know. Depends on how he's feeling. Chargers, no Bosa. So it'll be Khalil Mack and company against our offensive line. That'll be a tough matchup. I don't know if J.C. Jackson's playing. I know he's been, beaten a little bit. He's been battered. We'll see if Keenan Allen plays. No Jalen Guyton. He tore his ACL last week. Of course, they have Eckler and company at running back. We got to stop him. And if our offense can just, stay in rhythm and not make dumb errors, and as long as our coach doesn't get too cute, I think we have a decent chance. Bovada has us as 3-point underdogs at home. I mean, I'm not going to hate it. Facing Justin Herbert, who is, I guess, still battling that rib thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I want to say the Browns win just for the picks, but like, damn. I really don't even know anymore. Oh, wow. The Bulls just took the lead over the Pelicans. That's crazy. They were down by like 10 plus. Wow, that's nuts. I hate to do this, but I can't trust my defense in the fourth quarter. If you saw my video earlier today, we've been really good in the first three quarters. And then the fourth quarter comes up and our defense just says, "No, we're done." They just walk up and get out. Ironically, the only time our defense actually stood out and stepped up in the fourth was against the Steelers. Like, what gives? Fourth quarters is when you're really supposed to lock in, finish them off, put that final punch in their head, like this final knock them out. Our defense ain't doing that. If you really want to say this, we have a 75-cent defense. You ask our defense for a dollar, they give you 75 cents. They can't give you that final quarter. It's ridiculous. They got to lock in that fourth quarter. We've given up like 10 plus points 3 of the first 4 fourth quarters. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I would love to pick my team here, but I can't. I just can't. I can't. Until they prove to me that they can hold it down for not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 quarters, I can't pick them. Especially against Herbert. Yeah. Can't trust Joe Woods. So I'm going to have to go with the Chargers. Sorry. It's the way it is. Oh, you're not a homer then. I'm not a homer. If you think I'm a homer, then you're a whack job. But man. Alrighty. Oh, here we are. Okay, so the broadcast crew, Greg Bumble and Adam Archuleta. Ooh, we actually get a good broadcast crew this week. Now watch the game be absolutely terrible. Oh, man. We really got to put our faith in this defense this week. I don't know if they can do it. I really don't. I seriously don't. I'm going Chargers. I'm not going to pick my team every week. It's just the way it is, especially for picks. But it all depends on if Garrett and Clowney play. If they do, I like our chances. If they don't, we're done. It's the way it is. Because if we can't get a pass rush to Herbert, he's going to shred us. So I'm going to go Chargers based off the fact right now that Garrett and Clowney, or at least one of them will play, but I don't know which one will. So might change it. We'll see. That also depends on what happens with Keenan Allen and the others on the Chargers side. But for now, I'm going with the Chargers. Might change it. But I'll let you know, Steven, if I do, or Steelmate, or Sermon, whatever. I'll let you guys know if I do want to change it. All right, moving on. We get the 0-3-1 Texans and the 2-2 Jaguars. Man, the Jaguars had me going for a second there. I thought, man, they really going to do that to the Eagles? And then the Eagles woke up and it's like, okay. They got something, but they just ain't on the Eagles level. I mean, Trevor Lawrence literally lost four fumbles or whatever it was, and a pick. They had a pick six too. Yeah, their defense had a pick six. Still lost. Tough. You're facing the Texans. Texans ain't no pushover, but I think the Jaguars are going to do enough to win this game. Betting line is 7 points favoring the Jaguars. I don't know if when was the last time the Jaguars have been favored by 7? It's like, when was the last time they were favored at all? It's been a little bit since they were favored in general, but by 7 points? Wow. Yeah. Give me Doug Peterson and the Jaguars to get the dub. And they're going to go to 3-2 on the year. Spiro Dides and Jay Feely will be on the call. So that'll be fun if we could take it to the dumpster. 100 years old. I wanted Wade Phillips as DC. If we do get rid of Joe Woods, I wouldn't mind Vic Fangio. You know, I wouldn't mind Vic Fangio or Wade. I would even bring in Wade Phillips as like an advisor, just to show Joe Woods that he's being an idiot and he needs to do this and do that. You know, people say bring back Greg Williams. You know, Greg Williams was all right, but his philosophy. No, I mean, did you see what he did with their freaking Jets? You slander Joe Woods now, and then you turn around and slander freaking Greg Williams if he was here. It's the way he is. You know, he's very aggressive. I wish we could have had Wink Martindale. You know? But I know Ravens fans would get triggered because he was ours. Well, now he's ours now, so shut up. But now he's with the Giants, so. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Joe Woods. But if this continues, Joe Woods ain't lasting the whole year. He ain't. Something's going to have to change. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Jaguars over the Houston Texans. Spiro Dides and Jay Feely. It's not the worst commentator crew. You know, they can get lit at times. They're not boring, that's for sure. But moving on, we get the 2-2 Bears and the 3-1 Vikings. Wow, Vikings off to a great start, coming off their trip to London, escaping against the Saints, thanks to Jay Jet and Greg Joseph and company. And they're facing the Bears, who I saw a stat on Twitter. Who is it? Cooper Kupp has more receptions himself than Justin Fields has completions. Like, that's insane. I was like, wait, what? But I guess it's true. And the betting line for this game is probably going to be rather high. Yeah, 7 points favoring the Vikings. It's in Minnesota. Bears are, you know, they got some nice players, but can they stop J-Jet and Dalvin? I mean, it seems like Kirk Cousins has a little bit of swagger in his step now, you know? He still can't play on primetime, but this game's not on primetime. So I'm going to go Vikings over the Bears. Sorry, Josh, if you're watching this from the Sports Fury, but got to go Vikings. Got to go Purple People Eaters. I have to. I mean, until the Bears can actually show that they're competent. They are 2-2. But, like, yeah, I can't trust them against the Vikings. No one else, the Vikings are going to get blown out. I mean, the Vikings are going to blow out the Bears. And Justin Jefferson's going to have like 3 touchdowns and just be grittying all over the Bears defense. He'll be having his own little gritty party in the freaking end zone. But give me the Vikings to win by about a touchdown, maybe 2 or 3. Or even more than that. But yeah, give me the Vikings over the Bears. Sorry. Not sorry. Moving on, we get a battle of 1-3 teams as the Lions face the Patriots in Foxborough. We'll see if, I don't think it'll be Mac Jones. I don't even know if it'll be Brian Hoyer. But right now it'd be Bailey Zappi as of this moment, which I'm sure Brian Hoyer could be good to go by that. But Jared Goff against Brian Hoyer sucks as a matchup. Jared Goff against Bailey Zappi is even worse. And by the way, the commentary crew is Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth for Chicago, Minnesota, FYI. But yeah, for Patriots and Lions, the betting line for this game is 3 points for the Patriots, which is generally where it is for, like, you know, again, that's kind of even. You know, home teams are usually automatically given 3 points. So it's kind of like the basis, whatever. Who cares? And I'm going to actually do something crazy here. I'm going to go with the Lions. Yeah. I'm going to be ballsy and I'm going to go with the Lions over the Patriots. I mean, especially if it's not Mac Jones or Brian Hoyer against Bailey Zappi, I like the Lions. Give me Detroit, but we'll see if any of their stud players come back. If like there's no Chark or St. Brown, no Swift, and if it's just the Hawkinson show, I mean, I might have to change my pick. So again, keep an eye. I might change my pick here. Put like an asterisk next to it, and I'll let you know. Like literally, Steven Rose, if you're watching this, literally message me on Facebook like on like Saturday night. Be like, hey, you changing your picks? You changing Patriots, Lions, and the other game you were going to pick or whatever you were going to change? Because I think there was two. I think it was the Browns game. I'll let you know. Actually, I'll just let you know if I'm going to change them. But yeah, right now I'm picking the Lions. All right, moving on. 2-2 Seahawks and the 1-3 Saints. By the way, broadcast crew, Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma for Detroit, New England. And then for the next game, we got Saints and Seahawks. Commentary crew for this game will be Brandon Gaudin and Matt Millen. And the betting line is, if I can find it in here. Here it is. 6 points favoring the Saints. Now we'll see if Jameis is playing and if any of the other injuries are back. They honestly should have beaten. They should have beaten the Vikings. Will Lutz literally nailed a 60-yarder and then couldn't nail a 61. That's tough. But I think in this game, I'm rolling with the Saints to bounce back, and they're going to get a good W over the Seahawks. Like Zimmer is better than connection with. Yeah, Zimmer too. And Schwartz. Ooh, there's some good ones. I think Zimmer would be nice. He was pretty good in Cincinnati. And like you said, the connection with Kevin. That actually wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. Xavier Rhodes played, well, that was, I'm trying to think. I have to look and see how Cincinnati's defense was when Zimmer was there. I have to see. That's even if we even get rid of Woods. We might not even get rid of Woods, to be honest. That would just be something that we would do. Keep Woods, even though he sucks. Oh, well. But, yeah, I'm going to go Saints over the Seahawks. And they're going to go to 2-3 on the year. Next, we get the 3-1 Dolphins without Tua Tagovailoa as he's recovering from his concussion. That scary situation that happened last week in Cincinnati. As they go to New York to face the Jets, led by Zach Wilson. Betting line for this game, I expect to be pretty close. Let's see if I can find it. Is it even in here? Oh, yeah. 3.5 favoring the Jets. Well, Jets have actually shown to be a pretty good team. And they won their second straight road game. They lost like the last several, 50, I think it was, road games or something like that. They haven't done that in a while, pretty much. They have not won on the road in a long, long time. I probably just botched that whole stat, but you get the idea. Ooh. Damn, Pelicans and the Bulls coming down to the wire here. That's crazy. But I'm going to go with the Jets to take down I'm going to say Jets over the Dolphins. Especially if it's Teddy Bridgewater versus freaking Zach Wilson. Yeah, give me the Jets. Dolphins will probably keep it close, but maybe even Dolphins might even win this game. But I'm going to go Jets because when in doubt, you go with the home team. Yeah, give me the Jets. I like that. I like what they're doing over there. They're going to be 3-2. Wow, in my book. All right, moving on, we get the 2-2 Falcons and the 2-2 Bucks. Of course, Tom Brady's dealing with some personal stuff right now, so maybe his mind might not be completely on football right now. He's kind of like half divided between football and family. But I believe if you go on his Twitter, it's just football, which is tough. But and again, by the way, the broadcast crew for Jets and Dolphins will be Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Nice little thing going on there, it's a good broadcast crew. And then the broadcast crew for the Falcons game will be Joe Davis and Daryl Johnston. Betting line for this game is, if I can find it, Falcons, where you at? Falcons, yo, where you at? 9 points for the Bucks. The Falcons ran all over us. They ain't doing that to the Bucks. No. That was some of the worst defensive scheming I've seen last week in my life. I've never seen a defense blow like that. And I know the Buccaneers are not going to do that. They're not going to let freaking 2 practice squad freaking running backs run all over them, especially with no Cordero Patterson. I mean, this would be the game where Kyle Pitts and Drake London just go crazy. By the way, Denzel Ward. I remember seeing on Twitter people talking about Denzel versus Drake London and saying, oh, yeah, Drake London going to sun that loser and stuff. Well, what happened then, huh? I mean, I know Mariota didn't really throw the ball a whole lot, but you know why he didn't? Because he wasn't trying to tempt Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome. That's why. He's scared. He was scared. And the fact that our run defense was so putrid. They didn't need to throw it on us. But they tried to tempt Denzel Ward one time, and look what happened. He got him. He got. Pretty much. Yeah. Denzel Ward just been playing like doo-doo. It's good to see him rebound like that. Hopefully that gives him some good vibes for the rest of the year. Build off of that, Hope he does. But the Buccaneers against the Falcons, I mean, the Falcons got something nice going. They're getting some guys back, I think, off IR too soon as well. But we'll see what the Bucs do, because the Bucs got an even nastier receiving core than we do. And a lot of those guys were hurt, though. I mean, they have Godwin, they have Evans, among others as well. Julio, who the Falcons know, of course, they drafted him because we traded our pick to the Falcons to get him. Yeah, not the greatest decision we've made, but hey, it is what it is. I'm going to go Buccaneers over the Falcons, and they're going to go to 3-2 on the year. They're still pissed off about losing to the freaking Chiefs the way they did. And, yeah, I'm going to go Bucs. I think Tom Brady makes an example out of the Falcons. Yep, Buccaneers to take down the Falcons. And like I said, Kenny Albert. No, that's not. It's a different game. Where are they at? Tampa Bay. Oh, yeah, Joe Davis and Daryl Johnston. All right. Moving on, we get the 2-2 Titans and the 1-3 Commanders. I'm not even going to waste a lot of time on this game. Betting line is Commanders. Where you at, Commanders? Commanders, where are you? Here it is. 2.5 for the Titans. Yeah, I mean, the Titans not playing that well, but it doesn't matter. They're going to smack the Commanders. Give me the Titans to beat the Commanders. Not easily, but convincingly. Yeah. Derrick Henry will run rampant over the Commanders. King Henry will be back. Oh, Henry. Now, as for the broadcast crew for this game, Andrew Catalan and James Lofton will be in DC calling this one. All right, J-Dub, it's time to talk about your team. The Panthers 1-3 against the 2-2 Niners. Baker Mayfield against Jimmy G. Wonderful. Awesome. Yeah, of course, Nick Bosa facing Baker Mayfield for the second time in his career. We all remember the last time they played, as I'm trying to change my channel on my TV here to something more awesome than, I like Riyad Marshall, but I'm not going to watch that. Let's watch MLB tonight, I guess. just for some background noise. But yeah, the last time the Baker Mayfield faced Nick Bosa famously did the flag plant celebration on him, after he sacked him. And after the game, he even said, I was, talking to Baker, like, Baker. It's like Nick Bosa is going to wreck this guy, bro. Nick Bosa, I could just see Nick sitting in that film room and just salivating, watching what Miles did to Ekwonu. Yeah. He's going to be salivating. Because Myles Garrett's one of the best pass rushers in the league, and he abused that dude twice in a row for 2 sacks. And he could have had a few more, too. And now he's got to face Nick Bosa. Have fun, Rook. That's for sure. Betting line for this game is going to be 7 for the Niners. Expected, pretty much. Like, how long until they call for Sam Darnold to start? Now, Panthers, the Baker Bros. By the way, JW, if you don't know what a Baker Bro is, they're essentially Baker stands. I know you've probably seen me on Twitter talking about Baker Bros, and you're like, what the heck's a Baker Bro? Well, that's what they are. Baker Mayfield stands. Yes, they exist. They mainly all reside in Oklahoma. And no, I'm not talking about Duke Bothers, because here's the thing. Duke's a Sooner fan, but he's not a Panther fan. He's not a Baker fan. Because if he was a Baker fan, he would have been a Browns fan. He likes, he rooted for Baker because he's a Sooner. I'm sure he still, roots for Baker, but he's not a Baker bro. He's not one to defend every Baker move. Baker bros are so freaking annoying because, like, you slander that guy a little bit. You say, oh, this guy's a bum right now. He's playing like trash. They'll come out here and call you a hater. They say, you're not a real fan. They'll defend his every move. Honestly, since we got rid of him, things have been all right in the fan base. Yeah, we're going at Joe Woods and stuff. We're still bickering, but it's not as, hostile. And it's like, everyone else is watching this, and they watch this dude Baker, and they're like, okay, Browns, I see why you did it. I mean, you gotta be absolutely ass for a team to willingly trade for a guy who's currently in severe legal trouble over you. You gotta be so bad to have the team literally trade for a guy who's in legal trouble and will be suspended many, many games before they go to you. It's like, we'd rather trade for Deshaun Watson than have you start as our quarterback. And then Baker got so offended when we tried to upgrade. I said this before. If you're a team in a championship window, we got so many great players on this team. We're not trying to waste them. You can't afford mediocrity, especially at quarterback. We wanted to upgrade. And Baker got mad. Well, turns out we made a good choice. Yeah, we got to roll with Jacoby Brissett, but Jacoby's been way better than Baker so far. Oh, but it's, Baker has only had a few weeks in the playbook. Yeah, but maybe the Panthers should have pulled the trigger earlier. They could have done it during the draft, but I guess they didn't want to. They just weren't up to it. It's not our fault the Panthers wanted to pull the trigger so damn late. I mean, damn. Oh, well, but they got to face the Niners. I mean, the Niners have been looking really, really good. Coming off a big victory as well. I'm probably going to be watching this game after ours is done. I'm going to go with the Niners on the road to pull this game out. They're going to beat the Panthers, unfortunately. And the Panthers are going to go to 1-4 on the year. Yep. That's tough, man. I mean, Baker literally goes from Kevin Stefanski to Matt Rule. And I can just picture Baker just sitting in his freaking hotel room, during games or whatever, watching highlights. If he's even watching highlights, he probably just stays as far away from the TV as possible. Because imagine being this guy, you're Baker Mayfield watching TV, watching Sports Center or whatever, and all you see is highlights of us. You know? I mean, we literally went into his stadium and beat him. Kicker hit a 58-yard field goal because that's usually what would happen to us. But now it's happening to his team too. Enough ranting about Baker. Whatever. He's not my quarterback anymore. Whatever. Give me the Niners over the Panthers, and they're going to go to 3-2 on the year. And that's going to make the NFC West even more interesting. Because next at 4:25, but yeah, that Niners and Panthers game is the only 4:00 game of the weekend, of the Sunday. 4:25, 4-0 Eagles, 2-2 Cardinals. Another matchup of former Boomer Sooner quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, who was at Oklahoma for a little bit after he left Alabama, facing off against Kyler Murray. Okay. Should be a doozy. Two quarterbacks who can run, but they have some good power. But man, the Eagles are just a force right now. I'm going to go Eagles. Yeah. And by the way, the broadcast crew for San Francisco versus Carolina is Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. And then for the Philly and Arizona game, it'll be Chris Myers and Robert Smith. But give me the Eagles. Doesn't even matter what the betting line is. Eagles are 5-point favorites. Yeah, give me the Eagles over the Cardinals. Next, we get the 3-1 Cowboys and the 2-2 Rams in LA at 4:25, the last afternoon game of the day. Cooper Rush, I think, will be starting again, and he's been looking great against Matthew Stafford, Jalen Ramsey, and Cooper Kupp, who got sunned by the Niners again. I'm going to go with them boys to pull it off here, and they're going to go to 4-1 on the year, and they're going to stay right up there with the Eagles. Man, NFC East is looking good already, man. For real. Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen on the call for Dallas and the Rams. Give me them boys. Betting line for this game is 4.5 for the Rams, but I'm going Cowboys. Cowboys are a really, really good team. I like how they're playing. Give me them boys over the Rams. All right, Sunday Night Football. We get the 2-2 Bungles against the 2-2 Ravens. Does this mean we have to deal with Dashy versus Ravens red zone all week? Oh, God, bro. This is going to be an interesting game. I mean, the Ravens are pissed off from what happened last year and the fact that they just choked their second game in 4 weeks. Oh, boy. This is going to be good. And the betting line for this game, by the way, yeah, for Cowboys and Rams, the broadcast crew, again, is Burkhardt and Olsen. This game, of course, on Sunday Night Football, it'll have Collinsworth and Tirico on the call. That's awesome. In Baltimore. Betting line is 3 for the Ravens, which is the standard for a home team. Do I dare go Ravens here? Or are they going to choke again? You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to go with the people the team that shares a state with my favorite team. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I cannot trust the Ravens to hold a lead. Lamar Jackson's out here going nuts, and the defense is just giving it up. It's almost like that's what happens when Wink Martindale leaves. Defense just starts giving it up. Didn't they hire a guy from the team up north or something? I don't even know who the DC is. Isn't it like McDonald or something like that? I don't even know, but he sucks, whoever it is, because the defense can't hold a damn lead. They're actually not that injured, and yet they still can't hold a lead. They just choke. It's crazy. But yeah, give me the Bengals over the Ravens. And then to wrap it all up, on Monday Night Football, we get an AFC West battle. Raiders and Chiefs in Kansas City. These two teams have always had some great matchups over the years. There was a game many years ago in Oakland. It was a primetime game near the end. I think it was when Alex Smith was there. And I swear the game would never end. It was like constant. Like they were like in the goal line. I think it was the Raiders were trying to score to win the game. They would score, but there's a flag, and then another flag, and then another flag. There was like 3 or 4 straight times where there was untimed downs. It was crazy. Now, betting line is 7.5 for the Chiefs. Raiders finally got their first win too. So good job, Raiders. You know, you don't have a goose egg in the win column. But you're facing Pat Mahomes. He's a god at home. And I gotta go Chiefs. Sorry. That's the way it is. I gotta go Chiefs at home. You know, I think this will be a very competitive game, but I just trust the Chiefs at home, especially with Pat Mahomes, who is just on another level. They lose Tyreek Hill, and he doesn't lose a bit of a pep in his step at all. People think, oh, he's going to fall off a little bit without Tyreek. No. All that does is it opens it up. He's no longer forced to throw to Tyreek. You know? Last couple of years, it was like, oh, when in doubt, he's going to throw to Tyreek. Well, now it's like, who's he going to throw it to? You know? He could throw it to freaking Juju, Kelsey, Hardman. You know, there's a couple other guys that have popped up on that roster lately that have been really good. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a monster. Pacheco is him. Like, they have some weapons, man. The defense is actually playing good, too. Who would have thought, right? But yeah, I'm going to go Chiefs at home. They're going to go to 4-1 on the year. So there you have it. Those are my picks. Georgie says, F the Cowboys. I get it. A lot of people don't like the Cowboys. Now, does me picking the Cowboys mean I don't hate them? I mean, there's a couple Cowboys fans who I don't hate. But overall, the team and stuff, I can get it. You know, I'm not rivals with them. I have no history with them. You know, I'm not. No, when it comes to teams I absolutely despise, you know me. You know the teams I absolutely hate. You know, there's teams out there that if their city was enveloped by a sinkhole, I'd be like, okay, are the civilians okay? The fans? Good. I mean, is the organization, like the stadium, like, is that damaged? Oh, the stadium fell in the sinkhole? Cool. Was anybody inside? No? Cool. Like, if the stadium fell in a sinkhole, I would be like, meh, bye-bye. 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 There's certain teams that I just absolutely despise, and you should know who they are. Broncos, AFC North teams, I would say Patriots, but they've kind of fallen off the hate scale because Tom Brady left. It's honestly just the AFC North teams and the Broncos for most part for me. Yeah. You know why I hate the Broncos. Freaking 90s. Freaking John Donkey Tooth Elway. Freaking punched those damn teeth right out of his damn mouth. You know? Why did freaking Bradshaw have to get dunked on his head? Man. Every time I see that loser on my freaking TV, I want to punch my TV. You know? I hate that team, man. My God. That's probably the only non-divisional team I absolutely despise. Their fans aren't too bad, but I just hate that organization. And now they got Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited. Possibly the cringiest quarterback I've ever seen. My God, bro. He's so cringe. Mr. Unlimited. And then he's got a freaking, what was it, ad for Subway, like, this is the Danger Witch. It's like, the Danger Witch? Huh? The what? The Danger Witch? And the funniest part is we were actually interested in Russell Wilson too. But that dude don't want to come play for us though. Really, Russ? Really, bro? Donovan Mitchell seemed pretty happy to come here. That's one thing I'll never understand. People say, nobody wants to go play in Cleveland. You know, that whole narrative is so worn out and tired. It's just so stupid. Nobody wants to go play in Cleveland. Well, then why the hell did Myles Garrett want to stay here? He could have left already. Darius Garland's like, I never want to leave. Freaking Spider Mitchell got traded here, and he was out here jumping around, hooting and hollering, and freaking having a blast. Like, yeah, man. It's like, no, at first, this is probably what he was like, all right? I'm getting way off topic here. I'm going to end this in a minute, but, like, I could just imagine Donovan Mitchell, you know, on the phone with his agent, be like, hey, yo, what's good? And this agent be like, bro, you just got traded. It's like, oh, yeah, where? Cleveland. Okay. Who got traded? And he probably like, Connor Sexton. Probably got a little bit. It's like, ooh, okay. Who else? Lloyd Markkinen and Ochai Agbaji. That it? He's like, yeah. Seriously? No, like, Garland's still there. Mobley, Allen, everybody, the core. Yep. I could just see him like toss his phone and go, yeah, let's go. But you know what, though? I mean, there's a couple Broncos fans who I don't absolutely despise. Bronco Fanatic's pretty dope. And actually, and Sev. Yeah, can't forget about Sev. But yeah, other than that, like the fans are cool. I mean, but the team, like I hate. Yeah. The franchise, absolutely despise. Yep. And you know why? Just look at our history against them. Yep. And it's funny too because that bum Elway, he became their like general manager or whatever. Dude can't draft a quarterback to save his life. In order for them to get a good quarterback, they have to trade for one. It's weird, you know. Oh well. But at least we got Deshaun Watson, you know. He's going to terrorize the league when he comes back. Should be another fun week of baseball. And, well, football, too. I'm watching MLB Network. Baseball was on the mind. Guardians in the playoffs. Probably going to be playing an early afternoon game against the Rays because, yeah, they're not going to have us at night. That's for sure. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. And that is my rant and all for the day. Mike Zimmer sucks. Or, I mean, is he better than Joe Woods? I don't know. Joe Woods is pretty doo-doo right now, if you ask me. I think I would go with Vic Fangio, my personal opinion. Because he's pretty good as a coordinator. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. I'll see you all maybe tomorrow for Cavs and the Sixers preseason game. Speaking of the Cavs. No Mobley. We'll see if Spider and them play, which I think they will. It's going to be fun. But I'll see you guys later. I'm Crazy Dog, and my picks will be in the description. So, you know, this way Stephen Rose and them don't have to listen to me rant and ramble about Russell Wilson, a.k.a. Mr. Unlimited, and my hatred for the Broncos and all the other teams that you know I hate. Yep. But I'll see you guys later. Go Browns. And I'm out. Bye-bye.